Hey guys, Swiper here. I just finished up my half marathon this morning, and I thought to myself, it's probably the best time for me to talk about the last 2 years and heading into next year and what I'll be doing. But yeah, going on a half marathon, you sort of think about things, and I think my mind's very fresh, and I sort of know what I would want to say. I've never done a webcam video before, so sorry if it's not very good, but it's something that I'll be working on. So firstly, I want to speak about the last 2 years that I've been as a captain of the Chiefs, and sort of what I learned and what I'll be looking to take into 2020. So yeah, starting with 2018, it was a big change for me trying to roster without Spooks and Swiffer just because I'd been with them for so long. So me and Rays decided to make a roster. Sort of it on paper it looked pretty rookie and undeveloped, but I quickly found out that it was probably the most talented roster that I had the pleasure to work with. Unfortunately, we came second both splits. I think Dials were a very strong team, and if you had put our roster in a different generation or year, sorry, I think we could have done really well. I think we had split one, but I take responsibility for split one because I didn't keep the headspace in check, and we unfortunately got reverse sweeped. Um, Split two, I just think Dials were the better team, and I think everyone from the 2018 roster took it on and what they could improve on, and everyone's done very well since. So Roma and Destiny are now overseas, so I'm very happy for them. But I know they must have had a pretty hard year on development, and yeah, I'm very proud for them. So yeah, going into 2019, it's the same thing. Me and Quinn sort of stayed together. And the other three actually, yeah, decided to part ways with us. There was no hard feelings. I think we just sort of had different ideals going forward. And obviously, once you have an unsuccessful year and get so close twice, you sort of want to change things up. So we decided to get Claire only and Ayla. Ayla being the biggest risk in a rookie, which I now have the pleasure to say that he was probably the easiest to work with this year. He might not have had the year that he wanted, but I think with another year of development, considering it was his first year, I think he had a very solid one, and he's sort of going to do what I believe the other three did, taking it into 2020, and I think he's got a big future ahead of him. So yeah, just to wrap up 2019, I would say it was probably a pretty unsuccessful year. Split one, we had pretty high expectations, and we did get 3-0'd by Order in the gauntlet, which was a very hard one to swallow for myself, and I'm sure everyone else. Both best of fives actually didn't play great this year, and I sort of think about what went wrong, and it's still to this day it's quite hard to really pinpoint where I went wrong because normally I'm quite good under pressure and I'm quite good in these big games. I think a part of it would have been, and I'm not trying to make excuses, but I think I had probably too many responsibilities this year as not only a player, a captain, but in a way I was trying to sort of coach the team and had to really overemphasize the environment. As I think Tim is very good at an analyst perspective, but when it comes to a head coach, he still has a few things to learn, and I truly believe he's a very hardworking mindset, and he's going to be dedicated, and I think he will improve going into next year. So yeah, I enjoyed this year. I will say that I probably enjoyed 2018 a bit more as a leader. I think I got along with everyone super well. We were like a really close family, and this year everyone was a bit more quiet and sort of preferred to be alone at times, which there's nothing wrong with that. And I think every player has their own way and teams can function like that. But as a player like myself, I really thrive when the environment's very friendly, and we all go hang out and stuff like that. So I would say that yeah, I probably didn't fit into this year's roster as well as I did last year's. But as a player, I think I stepped up a lot more. I had a lot of good individual moments and times within throughout this year, and I did show to myself that I do think I can still be the best if I can fix my consistency issues, which sounds like a broken record because I say this every year, but I do think I can be the best still if I do play next year, and I'll just sort of take what I can from this year, and yeah, we'll go into next year pretty hard. Um, Sorry, I'll just get my notes. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to start this video wrapping up the last 2 years, but obviously, probably the main reason why you guys came here is to announce that I won't be uh, re-signing with Chiefs next year, which is a big thing because ever since the start of my career, it started with pretty much immunity, which turned into Chiefs. So I was arguably, I am the last founder of the team, other than Frank himself, obviously. Um, so it's yeah, it's a very hard decision that I've had to that I've made this year, going into next. And just before I go into small details, because like I don't want to go into too much depth. My decision does not mean that Chiefs is a bad org in any way, and my opinions are sort of mine alone. And yeah, I just wanted to state that before I talk about some nitty gritties. Yeah, like Chiefs have been great to me over the years, and I think for the most part they have been the greatest org in Oceania. Maybe up until this year, I think, or like our losses as a league team has probably hurt the org a little bit over the last 3 years. And everyone's still on board. Like the partners are very good. Like I just wanted to put a special thanks towards Red Bull and Logi because um, they've made my life so easy over the last couple of years. And it is going to be very hard saying goodbye to them in particular because I think like Chiefs are very lucky to have them, and they're very like thoughtful partners. In saying that, like everyone else that isn't on board, like everyone's positive. There is no negatives in Chiefs when it comes to partners. I think everyone does a great job, and we all work together quite well. And in saying that, I've had the opportunity to work closely with these sponsors and learn these type of like sales skills, business skills. Like I've had so many good opportunities that I've now created for myself going into the later stages of arguing my career, or even if I'm not playing next year, which like if you came to the video to know if I'll be playing next year, like I won't be talking about that. It's still up in the air and it's still off season. So yeah, where it changed for me with Chiefs was probably when the investors decided to come on board, which is Icon. Not saying that they're bad or anything. It's just I viewed Chiefs as a strong family for the last 5 years, and just sort of some big boys that have come on board that sort of don't, in my opinion, like they don't share the same ideals as what the Chiefs company does. And maybe that's the correct direction for the org to go in. Unfortunately, for me as an individual, like I want to stay within an environment where I believe I can continue to grow and I can continue to create opportunities for myself heading into the later years of my career or life or whatever you want to say. So, like, yeah, I'm not here to rail on Icon or anything like that. It's just that we don't share similar ideals, and that's sort of it. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to. If I don't see my future, like I guess within an org, 5 or 10 years down the track, like I'm probably going to move on before I regret it. Just because I'm at that age now where it's not all about winning anymore. I sort of have to weigh up. Um, if you want to put a percentage, like where my priorities lie, and obviously a future for me is at the top of that list, and winning will still be up there. Don't you worry. But I just think that wherever I will be going, if I'll be playing again, like I'll be making sure that there will be something for me at the end of the road. And that'll be my objective going into 2020. Will be more of a building year for myself, and really sticking it out there. So yeah, like I just wanted to like thank everyone in the Chiefs, specifically the partners and also Frank. Like we might not have had the most perfect relationship. I think we've done a lot of building over the years together, and these last 2 years in particular, I've gotten to know you more than ever. And I just think that like you've done a lot for me. And yeah, I do really appreciate what you've done for me, and I've learned a lot from our relationship and from what you've presented to me and what you've given to me over the years. And yeah, like I hope the Chiefs all continues to thrive without me. which I'm sure they will because we have some big names within the org. Like I'll still say that like Chiefs are my org, just because like I at the start like I've been with them for so long, and it'll always be a family to me. And like if you're considering, I guess watching OPL for 2020, I would still say like support Chiefs, even if I won't be on it. Just because like there is a lot of fans that have been with me um, through this rough patch, and also just throughout my entire career. And you guys are Chiefs fans in the end. So it'd be great for you guys to support me, but also keep the Chiefs in mind. Because yeah, they're a great org, and yeah, that's essentially what I wanted to say about the Chiefs. But yeah, it's been an awesome journey. Sorry, my dogs, but it's been an awesome journey, and I've grown a lot as a player and especially as a person over the last few years. And I couldn't have done that without the Chiefs. So yeah, what's next for me? Which is probably what you're wondering now. Well, I will say we probably know within the next 2 weeks, if I'm being honest. It is exciting news. I'm very excited. Obviously, I'm a little bit nervous as I've never stepped outside of the Chiefs for as long as I can remember, really. And it's going to be a challenge for me, obviously. But as a person, I'm all about challenges, and I'm all about building, and I'm all about growing. And I will be doing that next year. So if you are a fan of mine and you're a fan of my streaming content, for example, I'll be putting a lot more effort into that next year, and I won't be sort of like just dropping it entirely within the seasons. If I am playing, I will be balancing my life a lot better next year, and hopefully lead the next team that I play for to victory, I guess. So yeah, that's essentially where I wanted to be today, and I might look to do these webcams a little bit more. I probably was a bit nervous, and like it is a new thing for me staring into a webcam. I'm not great at that yet. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and thanks for supporting me for all this way. And thank you, Chiefs. So thanks, guys.